Back again with another video in our series for confidence, Ryan's success series. We're building all the secret kind of tips of how you can build unshakable confidence. Today we're focusing on visualization of success. I think that a really important thing that I've talked about in all the previous videos, if you haven't seen those already, make sure you watch them for the confidence series, is that action and evidence is super important. So now we're getting to the point where you've nailed action, you nailed evidence, you've built up a very strong box of things that you can point to and say, you know, I've done this and this is starting to grow my self-confidence. How can we compound that? We talked a lot about how our inner critic is a really negative force and that the true key to success is removing negative forces. You can't just only add positive thinking. You have to really remove the negative thinking first. And now we're hopefully at a point where you've used the tools and tips that I've kind of given you to remove a lot of that negative thinking. And we're going to focus on visualization of success. Now, I really want to point this out, that this does not work if you do not take action and you do not have evidence in your personal life for why you should be confident and why you should be successful. If you don't work hard, if you don't try anything, you don't try to improve at all, there is no reason why this will work. This is something that nobody tells you, and I'm really just hammering this point home because if you do this right now and you don't do the other two things that I said in my previous videos, it's not going to work. Visualization of success. This is really, you can imagine pouring in that positive stuff into your head. It's like the idea of, okay, what do I want my success to look like? For a presentation, you have to imagine that you're going to go up there, you're going to give a killer speech, everybody's going to love it. And once again, you have to have the action and evidence to back this up. Did you practice? Did you rehearse? All these things. But now if you've done those things, you then implement this visualization of success, and that just gives you an extra oomph, an extra little boost, right before your presentation, and starts to kind of counteract all these negative thoughts you could potentially have. This is a really powerful thing because we go from being like a very, let's say, middle level of like, okay, we don't have a lot of negative thinking anymore because we fixed that, but we're not using any of our upside potential of like what we could possibly be. We're not like reaching, right? And this visualization is super important because your brain is able to connect what you see and what you constantly are visualizing and believe that it's possible. Like when you visualize that you're going to give that speech, right? And you know that you've prepared for it and you visualize a positive outcome, that's going to make your brain be like, you know, I can do this. I actually can do that. And it's going to kind of close the loop of everything, right? We already supported it with the actions and the preparation, and now we're supporting it with the mental view of success. And so it's a full circle. And this is really like an important key aspect that you need to include after you do the action, after you have the actual evidence of why you should be successful. But it's a really, really strong way to really just imagine what a successful outcome for whatever you're trying to do would be like and put yourself in that position. Because it also makes you realize too, what would you need to do to be in that position and how would it feel? And especially for a lot of things, visualization is key at a certain point. Just make sure you don't neglect putting in action and having a strong list of evidence of all the hard work you've done to reach this point that will build up your confidence.